Hey everyone, with a new Fantastic Four movie coming out, thought I would look at the only previous installment I haven't done yet, and certainly the most fascinating. Let's open up the infamous unreleased version of the Fantastic Four, which would have seen release in the year 1994. Before I get into the movie itself, let's go over the details. The that led to its making and has a very curious artifact in comic movie history. Constantine Films, a German company, was one of the people who ended up with the rights material. In order to retain said rights, they had to make film fast, and they had to make it cheap. The late B-movie maestro Roger Corman and Bernd Eichinger were the key figures that made it happen. Filmed for around $1 million and change in the 94 money, it never saw official release, largely due to the bankruptcy of distributor New Horizons and Marvel and the Master Prince destroyed. Emphasize official release, so we did circulate among fans and eventually made its way online, which is where I first saw it. Let's get started as I have much more to unpack in this review. The film was directed by Olev Sassoon, with the script being co-written by Kevin Rock and Craig J. Nivius. The latter was one of Corman's regular collaborators who's done a lot over the years before and since. Admittedly, the movie does do an okay job of their origin story. It's one where the cosmic rays come from a particle accelerator and later space travel. Those two are the most common methods. And our heroes are born. Reed, Mr. Fantastic Richards, played by Alex Hyde White. Ben the Thing Grimm, played by Michael Bailey Smith. Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman, played by Rebecca Staub. And her brother Johnny the Human Torch, played by character actor Jay Underwood. They even worked together. They worked in Ben's vision-impaired lover, Alicia Masters, played by Kat Green. Of course, our antagonist is Dr. Doom, played by Joseph Culp. Robert Sun, with extensive film and television credits, including everything from Apollo 13 to Mad Men and even later Marvel work Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., is also in play. Performance actually isn't that bad, all things considered. It's the costume that comes up short. I know about the budget and all, but it won't be the only time it gets a vibe looking like a mid-season episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Some points. Doom's accomplice, the Jeweler, played by Ian Trigger. Not really a big part of the comics, but he did at least get his own reality number assigned under Earth 94,000. It's a basic plot, but it works. The Jeweler wants Alicia, so Doom has him used as a bargaining chip to get to Ben. Crazy Straw used as a makeshift weapon, not included. Out of the four, Ben has changed the most, with his rock form thankfully not being as bad as Doom's costume. Carl Charfolio actually does a fine job with his body double. Things kind of drag a bit after the Cosmic Storm, but they start to pick up once they escape the compound Victor bankrolled and start making plans to stop Doom and rescue Alicia. Ben ends up finding her. Not only is he not on board with the Jeweler, he's able to rescue Alicia just as Doom's men and storm the place. And Victor decides his accomplice outlived his usefulness. Admittedly, this version of Doom trying to nullify Ben's powers doesn't make much sense. Usually, it's taking advantage of Ben's desire to be human again, but that doesn't really come up here. In the final 15 minutes, the four don their uniforms. While not the best iconic attribute adoption moment, the cheese factor is certainly tasty vintage. Doom's monologue is exactly the kind Syndrome will poke fun at a decade later. The final fight against Doom does its best to showcase all their powers, but with the technical limitations, the amount of money, Kevin Feige, a tip of the gears of production these days, the final showdown in the Heart of Colossus plays exactly like you'd expect a $1 million adaptation from Corman as a producer. Frugal, yet strangely compelling. Victor is defeated. Johnny stops the Colossus beam with the power effects of Mr. Film, and we close on the wedding of Reed and Susan. That certainly was a peculiar 90 minutes. This is obviously not a great film with a 3.8 out of 10 IMDb ratings any indication, but it does have its place in comic movie history. While not the first or last unreleased film to leak online, highly likely more will drop by the time you see this. It's an artifact from early era comic book movies that still fascinates me to this day. Hey, my final rating is 2 out of 4. With that, I have now reviewed each previous Fantastic Four movie, making me more than ready to talk about the new one. See you at the Fantastic Four First Steps.